What's going on, everybody? It is time to finally do another one of my top 10 lists for indie comics coming out on New Comic Book Day. We are looking at comics releasing on August 9th, 2023, and I've got a great list of 10 comics for you guys. I'm going to talk about what's going on in each of them, and at the end, I'm going to summarize what those 10 comics were again for you guys. So stay tuned for the end if you want to see the top 10 list just run through. But we're going to talk about each of these issues and what's going on this week for New Comic Book Day. What's up, everybody? Let's talk about this top 10 list. And before I get into it, you let me know down in the comments what you're looking forward to picking up this New Comic Book Day, because there's a lot of cool stuff. I think it's overall a lighter week, but lots of cool stuff releasing this week. So let me know in the comments. Let's get into my list. In the number 10 spot, from Boom Studios, we have Damn Them All, number 7 from Simon Spurrier and Charlie Adlard. We are into Volume 2 of Damn Them All. I loved Volume 1. I'm going to be trade reading this one from now on, but I got to check out the next issue, and it's phenomenal. It's very good, and it continues with the story that we left off in issue number 6. Undoing the Afterlife's doom will be no easy task, and Ellie will have to try anything she can. The corpse of her occultist uncle may be the key. However, fans can expect some unexpected and hellish twists into the heist genre, as the body of Bloody Elle's late uncle is a prize feverishly sought after by her enemies. And if Ellie's plate wasn't full enough, a love thought lost to the past makes a return, changing things forever. In the number 9 spot, we are sticking with Boom Studios for House of Slaughter number 16. We're into volume 4 of House of Slaughter, which is incredible. This addition to the Something's Killing the Children world, the Slaughterverse, is just so good. It adds so much extra depth into the background characters, into other parts of the world that we don't get to explore in Something's Killing Children. That's Erica's story. This is the story of everybody else. Sam John's coming on to this one for writing. Leticia Cadanici still on art with this one. And what is this arc going to tell us about? There's nothing the ruthless White Mask won't do to eliminate a nest of monsters. Nothing is apparently unthinkable or off limits, as a special and infamous member of their ranks is dispatched to finish the job in Erie, Pennsylvania. Bait, the fan favorite White Mask, a young boy with amputated arms and a tendency to survive suicidal odds, is dispatched with a mission more malicious than imaginable at hand. Right, so we have a young boy with amputated arms going out there to fight a nest of monsters. Something or someone else is killing the children now, and however unexpected, the children will find the one that hunts them viciously familiar. Number 8, from Dark Horse Comics, we're going to Barnstormers number 2 of 3 from Scott Snyder and Tula Lote. Tula Lote's artwork on this is incredible. I loved issue number 1, and these oversized issues are well worth it. I just can't wait to keep reading this story. I know it was released on Comixology before, but I love to wait for the physical copies. That's just my preference in reading typically. Issue 2, a high-flying World War I adventure story that's intimate portrait of love and war, and a meditation on the dangerous level of trust required in both romance and aviation. As Zeke and the Pinkertons continue their hunt for the runaway bride and her assumed captor, the two discuss their future and their past. Number 7 this week, we're sticking with Dark Horse Comics. We're going to The Return of Killer Queens with issue number 1 of volume 2 from David M. Brewer and Bradley Clayton. During a day of questionable choices at Space Pride, Max and Alex bump into their old boss. The grumpy little simian tries to dragoon them into chasing down a runaway heir to the throne of Sorelia, an alien planet ruled by brutal patriarchy. Little does he know that the heir in question is closely connected to Alex. As Alex and Max race to save the runaway heir from a galaxy-wide bounty hunt, they'll dredge up Alex's past and confront her planet's misogynistic present. If that means burning the patriarchy to the ground, well, get out the torches. Love Volume 1. The humor that David brings into this is great. Putting the sass in Assassin is absolutely perfect tagline for this book, and I'm excited for a volume 2 here. Number 6 this week from Mad Cave Studios, we've got Legacy of Violence number 8 from Cullen Bunn and Andrea Moody. The end of this second arc here. Dr. Patel left broken after what he did, and Case is made to witness his madness go far beyond measure. Meanwhile, Nick remembers a vital moment from his childhood and is taken by a local to a less than ideal situation. Legacy of Violence 12-issue maxi series by Masters of Horror, Cullen Bunn and Andrea Moody, with letters by Russ Wooten, and it's been so good. It's so good. Things just keep building up. Suspense is building. Terrible things are happening, and our killer is out there. He's a very interesting character, and I love what they're doing with this story. Number 5 this week, we got the top 5 now. We are going to Massive Publishing for North Valley Grimoire, number 3 of 6 from Blake Northcott and Giuseppe Caffaro, with this incredible cover from Dennis Menhier, who, if you have not checked out Dennis' work before, you really need to. Dennis is incredible. And he had a one-shot with Anas Abdullah from Source Point Press recently, and I'm blanking on the name of it right now, but go check it out. Go check out Dennis's work. I love his art style. There's some really stunning pages in that one-shot story. But coming back to what we got coming out this week, North Valley Grimoire number 3, we have Spycraft and Spellcraft, and in this North Valley, a slick James Bond style adventure fused with the supernatural suspense of the magicians. When Callista visits her mother in prison, she makes a shocking discovery about the grimoire. And as Agent Malik scrambles to cover his tracks, he learns there could be another double agent inside of Father Division. I've loved what's been going on with this story. This is probably I've had some hit or misses with Whatnot / Massive Publishing, but this one right here I think is now my favorite so far that I've had sitting here, and it's great. I love the story. I love the first issue. There was this great David Nakayama cover, which I had to get. Don't get as enough indie covers from David, so that was a must grab. And I see in the solicit, the book Dennis Menhier did with Source Point Press was Etheris, dark fantasy exploring the afterlife. I loved it. I just could not remember the name of it. Too many comic stories in my head and too many titles of books in my head right now. Let's go over to number 4 for Stoneheart number 6 from Image Comics from Emma Kubert. Shade Whisper and Eldon Redwood's plans to flee Lightspring Canyon go awry when they entangle Lightspring guards, resulting in all-out gang war and the appearance of familiar comrades from the past. The dubious duo set sail to answer the never-ending questions surrounding Shade Whisper and who she really is. I think that'll conclude this first arc and maybe leave us with a little bit of a cliffhanger before second arc comes in. Number 3 on the list, we're going back to Mad Cave Studios for You've Been Canceled number 3 from Kurt Pyers and Kevin Castanero. The world's number 1 canceller, Roland Endo, has been canceled and therefore targeted for death. The system that is in place for voting who should be canceled was hacked to place a target on his back. Now, Roland must find out who wants him dead while trying to survive being hunted down by the world's second best canceller. I love the twist that we got at the end of number 2. A little bit of a reveal of how he got added to the cancellation list, but there's some more sinister things in play here, and I'm enjoying what's going on. But I just love this take on cancel culture and what that could look like in a dystopian future. Kurt's killing it with the writing on the story, and Kevin's artwork's incredible. I also really love this this cover by Kevin and Mark Dale. I love the pink background on it. It's incredible. And speaking of really just beautiful covers and backgrounds for my number 2 spot, we've got The Madness, number 1 of 6 from J. Michael Straczynski, and ACO is the artist, with colors by David Lorenzo. In the madness, Sarah Ross has been using her power as a thief, stealing from the rich and, well, keeping it. Until the day she stole from the wrong person, a highly placed official who pressured the government to assassinate her. The plot, aided by so-called good superheroes, sponsored by the government, misses her, but wipes out her family. Driven mad by grief and laser focused on revenge for the murder of her family, Sarah and a hidden side of her personality, an imaginary friend who may be more real than she believes, goes after these superpowered operatives determined to take her revenge at any cost. I have read the first issue. It's phenomenal. I'm going to be writing a review tonight, so stay tuned for that on the website, youpromisemecomics.com. Next up, from Blood Moon Comics, we have The Duchenne Smile. It's a one-shot from writer and artist Damien Connolly. Doctor and researcher Guillaume Duchenne de Boulogne became obsessed with smiles. His electrical experiments allowed him to conclude that a truly happy smile is formed not only by the muscles of the mouth, but those of the eyes. That kind of smile is called a Duchenne smile. Many researchers have suggested that the Duchenne smile indicates spontaneous and genuine emotion, since most people cannot contract the orbicularis muscle at will. Duchenne's smile is a psychological horror thriller that addresses the traumas of those who, in the abandonment of their own mind, can only glimpse at their dark past. I love this idea. We've had some creepy smile horror movies out recently, and I am excited to see Damien's take on this and what this all could be. You know, here at You Promised Me Comics, we love You Promised Me Darkness, Follow Me Into the Darkness, and now the Children of the Comet. I'm excited for this new one from Damien, and can't wait to see how this one-shot plays out. And that is my top 10 for you guys. That is it. Stay tuned for just a little wrap-up summary of that. But if you are new here and not subscribed, go hit that button down below. Let me know in the comments what you picked up for, and don't forget to hit a like button on your way out. As always, collect what you love. See you next time. All right, that top 10 list again for you guys. At number 10, we've got Damn Them All, number 7, from Boom Studios, written by Simon Spurrier with art by Charlie Adlard. In the number 9 spot from Boom Studios as well, we've got House of Slaughter, number 16, from James Tynion IV and Sam Johns with the writing, and Letizia Cardanici on the art. In the number 8 spot, we got Barnstormers number 2 from Scott Snyder and Tula Lote coming from Dark Horse Comics. In the number 7 spot, we've got, also from Dark Horse Comics, Killer Queens Volume 2, issue number 1 from David M. Booher and Bradley Clayton. In the number 6 spot, from Mad Cave Studios, we've got from horror master Colin Bunn and Andrea Moody, Legacy of Violence, number 8. This one wrapping up the second arc. In the number 5 spot, from Whatnot or Massive Publishing, we've got North Valley Grimoire number 3 from Blake Northcott, Giuseppe Cafaro, and Dennis Menhier doing an amazing cover A on this one. In the number 4 spot, from Image Comics, we have Stoneheart number 6 from Emma Kubert. This should be wrapping up volume number 1. In the number 3 spot, going back over to Mad Cave Studios, we've got You've Been Cancelled, number 3 from Kurt Pyers and Kevin Castanero. In the number 2 spot from AWA, we have The Madness, number 1 from J. Michael Straczynski and ACO as the artist. And in the number 1 spot, coming from Blood Moon Comics, we have The Duchenne Smile. It's a one-shot from Damien Connolly, who is well known for You Promised Me Darkness, Follow Me Into the Darkness, and his new one over at Sumerian Comics, The Children of the Comet. So be on the lookout for all of these comics this coming New Comic Book Day, and let me know in the comments what you're picking up. Are you getting any of these books on my top 10?